Hey, this is Corey Geiger and Neil Rudel. What a tremendous football game. Penn State lost, and that's disappointing. You've covered, what, 79 bowl games?
Almost.
You've seen a lot of bowl games.
Yeah.
Where does that rank?
Well, as far as an offensive shootout, it was just tremendous. I guess it was similar to the Holiday Bowl in '89. That was the same type of shootout, but I think these were two better teams. And particularly USC was really a great opponent this late in the year. I'd be curious if it would go on, who's going to beat USC. They're playing really well, but I think, it was a loss and disappointing for sure, but what a great season. What an incredible way to finish an incredible season. I mean, it's, I think we were watching this game, the way they overtook USC and couldn't believe it. And that's how a lot of this season was.
And then give USC credit for taking that gigantic knockout blow and getting back up. Listen to this. Penn State scored on its last offensive play of the first half, then its first offensive play of the second half, then its second offensive play of the second half, and its third offense. 4 consecutive offensive plays Penn State scored. They scored 6 touchdowns in a row to get to 42. That's incredible, and yet here what USC was, they withstood it.
Well, it's interesting. Barkley runs for 194, including maybe the greatest run in Penn State history, that 79-year-old zigzagging run, and they ran for 211 yards, but maybe they didn't take enough out of USC's defense along the way and keep the ball longer, because in the end, in the fourth quarter, Penn State went punt, interception when they had to make another couple first downs.
All right, so let's get to this one part at the end. We were just debating this. Penn State's got the ball, about 40 seconds to go. You think they should have tried to be aggressive and try to get a first down, or just take it easy, and if you go to overtime, you go to overtime?
Well, I think it's one of those where you're playing to win, so I don't want to criticize it. Obviously, Joe Moorhead has been one of the most fantastic hires that Penn State has ever made. So, he deserves a lot of consideration. But, at that point, they were on their heels. Maybe had they regrouped, maybe get a little more time out, they're fresher. The field shortens. Penn State was not stopping them, in the length of the field. So I don't know. You would have extended the game. They ended up losing. So I don't know that you can say it's the wrong call if they would have played for overtime.
I'm never going to second guess somebody for trying to win the game and being aggressive. I'll second guess them if they would have played for overtime, because I think USC would have won that game in overtime. Now, look, Trace McSorley admitted he made a mistake. He locked onto Chris Godwin before the play and he made a mistake. But my point is this. You play to win the game. USC had all the momentum in the world. McSorley made a bad read, but the reason they're here is because they were aggressive offensively all season long.
Yeah, but they were playing a better opponent too than they have played all season long. So, hey, it's an 11-3 year. I'm sure it's the best 3-loss team that Penn State has ever had, and a lot of enthusiasm. The way they brought the excitement back, the number of people that traveled out here, the fan support was terrific, and this team will go down as really one of the important ones to restoring the Penn State program.
Just an incredible season. You've covered this program for 4 decades. Could you have possibly imagined we'd be talking about any of this back in August?
No, we just got off the elevator, and appreciate Greg Berkey shooting the video for us tonight, and what we said is Penn State can be back in this game next year.
Preseason top 5 probably.
Against USC. One of the semifinal games is in the Rose Bowl, and we'll see how it shakes out. Schedule gets a little tougher next year. They're going to be the 100th. They're not going to be able to sneak up on anybody. I think that with everybody back, there's going to be a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of optimism.
This was the most exciting football game I've ever seen. I watched the USC Texas game in '06. That was for the national title. This wasn't for the national title, but being here in person, that was just an incredible football game.
Yeah, absolutely. And, kid ends up winning the game on a field goal after he missed a couple earlier for USC. And I agree. I mean, USC, when they were down, they really showed the heart of a champion as well.
All right, for Neil, I'm Corey. It was a great season. Thanks for tuning in.